Hello, I have action, I have a robot, and I'm invading. It's the Action Robot Invader. This is
Randy's Robot Refurbish.
That's right, this is the Action Robot Invader by Kamco. Came out somewhere in the late 80s. Now Kamco, of course, also did the Saturn Robot, which I've already done a video on. Now there's a lot of similarities. As far as the arms and the legs, they both come from the exact same mold. The back section here comes from the same mold as well. They kind of have the same sort of action where they walk and then do their thing, walk and then do their thing. Just like the Saturn, except this one's supposed to walk, open up the hatches, shoot out, spin around, walk. It doesn't do that. So, let's get this thing open and make it go again. Alright, take it apart, 4 screws. Take this pin out. There's this little spring here. Connects to here. I'm just going to go ahead and take everything apart. Take this piece off with its little spring. That's the tape that held the rod. So we're down to this. This gearbox pops off like this. If I spin the center shaft, it tries to turn, but it feels like a gear is slipping though at times. Looks like this thing has tabs in there. And I'm either about to break this thing or I just figured out how you get into it. Yep, so I have this gear, as you can see, has a nice big crack down it. This one inside as well, you can possibly see. That one came off really easy. That one's definitely the one sliding. See, pop this pin out of here. Okay, there it goes. Alright, let's give this a shot. Just need some little CA glue. And build a little clay wall around it. So let's have a look inside here. There's problems in here I can see already. This has the shark fin system in there. Very similar to my Kung Fu robot. But you can see this one is split right here. Doesn't go to the gears part because this part is open. But that's split, and I can even move it down off the shaft. Let's see if some of the Smooth Cast 300Q is strong enough for this gear. Okay, so one of these gears has to be on this shaft here. It has to be in the very center. So I'm going to rough it up a little bit with a pair of these little wire cutters. Go that direction, then I'll come back and spin it around. Now this has to go through here. Alright, getting closer. So here's getting to the rough spot that I roughed up. Hopefully it will grab. That should do it. I'm going to do the same thing and rough up this shaft so that the gear binds to it nicely. I'm going to put this gear on. Now it's kind of tricky to put these feet back together. So you can get this thing there. It goes onto this side. And then you have to get that arm into here. Keep that so it fits in there. Then there's a pin that goes all the way through. going to make some with this smooth cast Onyx Fast. I'm going to set these both in the oven for a while and post-cure them. Then I'll see which one is the stronger one to be used. Alright, so these have been in the oven for a few hours. The black is very rigid. And so is the white, but I think the black gets it a little bit. So I'm going with the black. It slides good. But there is a little rough spot here that it gets locked into place on. See how well it does. Oh, it's pretty hard. Okay. And then this piece goes on. Alright, so I'm not so sure how to get this thing to stay on there again, so I'm gonna just kind of rough it up where it needs to go. Slide this thing back down. Kind of get it there. And then fill in the gaps with some CA glue. It goes there. This motor goes here. It's a pretty strong little spring. Let's have a test run. Let's see, this fits, and this piece gets attached here. Alright, time to solder some wires back and give this thing a test now. Okay, let's see what happens. Walking, spinning, walking. Alright. I think it's time to finish putting it back together. Okay, now the door goes back together. There's this piece. There's this thing is spring loaded. Spring goes from here to there. And then the guns go in, lays back like this. This pin goes through here, like that. It just had a piece of tape on the side holding it there, so there we go. There's also a spring here that has to come around to there. Now the guns get soldered to the positive here, and then this red part gets soldered to the clicker lead down below, so that every time it clicks it flashes the gun lights. As for the head, part of it gets attached to the positive side of the batteries. The other side gets connected to this switch down here, mechanical switch. And that should be it. Look at that. stickers on crooked, peeling, way off. If you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. Now that's what I'm talking about. Alright, so only things left. Put this body piece back on. And screw it back. Time to make some missiles from my missile mold. I'm also going to use this Eurofill 15 micro balloon filler. It's a powder that weighs like nothing. Definitely weighs less than the space that the plastic will take up. I'm going to add some to the plastic. And now I can mix it up. This should make the missiles as light as they can be. Well, here it is, the Action Robot Invader. I created 4 missiles for it. If you need to print some out, I have the file, the SD file down below. If you want to see how I made these, check out his cousin from Kamco, the Saturn Robot, in my other video. You can find a link below. But these new ones that I made that are nice and light are a lot lighter. And they do shoot farther. So, let's see it in action. It's walking. Oh, there it goes. And then well, there it is, the Kamco Action and Robot Invader. That was
Randy's Robot Refurbished.